Even in the harshest winter, small victories matter. With these words unspoken but ever present, Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn's One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich immerses readers in the relentless grind of a Soviet labor camp, showing the endurance of the human spirit against oppression. Published in 1962 in the Soviet literary magazine Novy Mir, the novel was revolutionary. For the first time, a Soviet writer openly depicted the brutal realities of the Gulag, the network of forced labor camps where millions suffered under Stalin's regime. Authorized during Khrushchev's political thaw, it offered a rare, honest, and humane perspective on a world the state had long tried to conceal. The book caused a sensation, praised for its literary quality but also debated within the party, and later works by Solzhenitsyn would face censorship, exile, and even threats to his freedom. The story follows Ivan Denisovich Shukov, an ordinary man imprisoned on false charges of treason. Unlike sweeping historical epics, the novel compresses the timeline to a single day, allowing readers to experience the monotonous, grueling, and often humiliating realities of camp life. From the moment Ivan wakes in the freezing barracks to the evening return after a day of labor, every action, shaving, eating, breaking ice for water, and enduring the cold, becomes a testament to resilience, ingenuity, and the small forms of resistance that preserve dignity. Solzhenitsyn's writing is spare, precise, and deeply human. He captures the harshness of the environment, the frost that bites, the labor that crushes, the constant surveillance that saps the spirit, without descending into melodrama. Yet within this stark landscape, moments of humor, resourcefulness, and camaraderie shine through. Ivan Denisovich's ability to find warmth in small victories, a slightly better piece of bread, a task completed efficiently, a fleeting joke with a fellow prisoner, highlights the persistence of hope and the capacity for human dignity even under extreme oppression. The novel's brilliance lies not in dramatic plot twists, but in its portrayal of ordinary life under extraordinary repression. Readers witness how the regime's dehumanizing structures impact every aspect of existence, from food distribution to social interactions, and how prisoners adapt by creating rituals, alliances, and strategies for survival. Ivan's attention to small details, his quiet cleverness, and his moral integrity make him a quietly heroic figure, embodying resilience, patience, and the understated courage required to maintain self-respect in a system designed to strip it away. Upon publication, the novel was unprecedented in the USSR. By permitting it, Khrushchev sought to distance his regime from Stalin's crimes, but its candor still unsettled many officials. Internationally, the book became a revelation. While the world already knew of the camps, One Day carried unique authority because it was published inside the Soviet Union itself. It established Solzhenitsyn as a major literary and moral voice. His continued criticism of repression, however, would later bring suppression at home and eventual exile in 1974. One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich remains relevant today because it explores universal themes of endurance, moral integrity, and the human capacity for resilience under oppression. In a modern context, the novel speaks to readers confronting injustice, systemic abuse, or dehumanizing institutions, whether political, social, or organizational. Ivan's quiet heroism reminds us that courage is not always grandiose, sometimes it is found in ordinary actions, perseverance, and maintaining personal dignity against overwhelming odds. The novel also emphasizes the importance of empathy and perspective. By focusing on a single day, Solzhenitsyn forces readers to inhabit Ivan's life intimately, experiencing the sensory, emotional, and intellectual landscape of the labor camp. This compression of time heightens the impact of every small victory and makes the oppression feel immediate and visceral. It's a literary technique that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, highlighting the significance of resilience in daily life. Furthermore, the work encourages reflection on human rights, freedom, and the ethical responsibilities of individuals and governments. It exposes the consequences of authoritarian control and systemic dehumanization while celebrating the enduring strength of the human spirit. In an era where political oppression and human rights violations persist worldwide, Ivan Denisovich's story remains a powerful reminder of the need for vigilance, compassion, and moral courage. Solzhenitsyn's legacy extends beyond literature. He inspired a generation of readers to question authority, value truth, and recognize the resilience of ordinary individuals. The novel's enduring appeal lies in its combination of stark realism, humanism, and moral insight. Ivan Denisovich is not a larger-than-life hero, he is an everyman whose quiet fortitude and cleverness exemplify the dignity possible even under the harshest conditions. In the end, One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich is more than a chronicle of suffering, it is a meditation on survival, morality, and the human capacity for endurance. Reading it today forces us to appreciate the resilience of those who endure oppression, to reflect on the privileges of freedom, and to consider how small acts of courage and ingenuity can preserve integrity in even the most dehumanizing circumstances. The novel reminds us that history, oppression, and survival are not just abstract concepts. They are lived experiences, and literature has the power to make them immediate, tangible, and deeply instructive. Through Ivan Denisovich, Solzhenitsyn teaches that even a single day, lived with dignity and awareness, can be a triumph of the human spirit.